this episode of 10-Minute Tones, where I take 10 real minutes and try to dial in something usable from scratch. And this episode, I am going to be messing with the Hot Kitty model, which is a model of the Bad Cat Hot Cat 30. There's too many hot cats, bad cats, kittens. I don't even know what's going on. But the reason this is interesting to me is because one of my favorite guitar players, Alan Hines, I've seen him quite a few times at the Baked Potato in LA, and he plays a Bad Cat a lot, that I've seen him at least. I'm sure he's got other amps, but I see him play a Bad Cat a lot. And I've never played one. I don't really know much about them. Really the only thing that I know is one of the guys who was at Matchless went to Bad Cat for a while, and he was their head guy for a while. That's all I know. And I know that it sounds good in the room when Alan is playing it, so it must be interesting. This amp has some mixed sort of reviews that I've seen online, interestingly. So we're going to check out this cab. This is a Legacy cab. We'll check it out. There's an edge control on the amp that's not modeled. The reviews are mixed. So apparently Guitar Player called it the second best combo of all time. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. But then a lot of the reviews are like, yeah, it's gnarly. It's got a thing that I don't like. So it's very divisive. So I'm interested to see what I think of it, and maybe interested to hear what y'all think about it. So I just pulled up the Hot Kitty, and I pulled up the Legacy cab, this 1x12 Hot Kitty mix. Let's just hear how it sounds straight out of the box. All right, that is pretty gnarly. That is pretty gnarly. One thing I'm going to do right off the bat is bring the master all the way up. Let's see what that does. So that was a lot louder. Hopefully I compensated for that in the edit. Apologies. And actually more pleasing, I think, smoother now that I crank that master volume up. It's still a little gnarly, so let's play with the high cut. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the cab first. I usually do the cab first. I'm not really sure what else to try in terms of cabs. I might try like a matchless 212, but let's see what we can do with this. And I'm going to dial in the high cut here. Whew. It's definitely got a lot of torque, we'll say. I don't feel like I need a ton of low cut, but I feel like I should just on principle. I'm not feeling flub, so I'm gonna just leave it like it is. And let's tweak some amp controls. So let's feel what the high cut does first, I think, and get a feel for that. So definitely between 5 and 7, it got woofier, a lot noticeably woofier. So I'm going to back it off to about halfway. Cool, I like that. I don't know that it did a ton. I think it just cut off a bunch of high end there. So let's check out this overdrive now, which I think is probably going to be the most interesting star of the show. Let's see what the kind of min-max it and see where maybe the sweet spot is for that at these settings. It's funny, at the lower overdrive setting here, I do feel like there's maybe a little too much bass, where I didn't before when it was overdriven. Wow, it gets a lot quieter as you're in the 1 to 0 range there. That's crazy. But not really getting too much cleaner there past 1 o'clock. It's interesting. That's definitely a lot. It's a lot of gain. That's more gain than I would usually ever play with, I think, unless I was going for something particularly heavy. It's very playable, though. Like, I feel like I have control over it. Actually, and now that I've cranked up the overdrive, Ironically, I feel like I have less articulation, so I want to bring the high cut back, maybe? So that's more drive than I would ever really want, personally. I'm going to bring it back somewhere more towards the mid. That's pretty rocking, straight up. I don't know that you really need to touch that. I might even back it off just a little bit more. Bring the high cut down just a little bit more. That sounds great. That sounds great to me. It's definitely gnarly. You definitely gotta bring, I think when I first turned it on and the master volume was down, it was harsh. And then bringing the master volume control all the way up, I think really helped smooth it out. Something about the circuit maybe. And then yeah, a generous amount of high cut. But this is the lead channel of the amp and it really shows. It doesn't really clean up. We didn't play with the gain much. Maybe for 2 seconds here we play with the gain and see kind of what happens. Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem like it's a channel of the amp that was intended to be able to clean up. I know there is a clean channel on this amp that is supposedly very, very good, but unfortunately not modeled in the Fractal. So please, Cliff, maybe model a modern one with the clean channel. I don't know. That seems interesting. Or I might just have to go buy one, I guess. Anyways, I'll add some reverb to this. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of delay here. We'll go lo-fi tape since we're probably going to be doing some leads. Cool. Pretty straightforward, smooth, saturated tones. Not really flexible. You're getting that. That's what you're getting. Smooth, overdriven. And when I say smooth, definitely need the master volume cranked all the way up. And you know, high cut to taste for your pickups, right? I'm using the bridge humbucker of my exotic Super Strat, whatever you want to call it, and which is pretty dark already. So, you know, if you had a single coil in there, you'd probably want even more high cut, I would say. But yeah, I can definitely see it's feeling a lot like what I feel in the room when I go to see Alan play live. And I'm not saying that this is the same amp that he's playing, but he's got that sort of like really saturated overdrive sound on his leads, but it's really saturated, but it's also very smooth. And he's doing his sort of legato hybrid picking thing. And it just sort of like, you feel waves of lead lines just flying by very smoothly. So anyways, that's this amp. I think it's pretty cool. I'll probably try to track some stuff and throw a song on this video. So thank you so much if you have been watching. And remember, if it sounds good, it is good.